Alright, everybody, we are back with round number 3 featuring Dion Lunsford and Andrew Mahone. Dion's going to be so mad at me if I pronounce his last name wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was as close as it's going to get. We have both players at 200. We will see a lunch break after this round. So there's going to be a little bit of a delay between this round and the next. So we will hopefully get started here soon. Alright, we're going to get into this match. We see Dion's going to go first. He is going to start with a Yveltal, and Andrew's going to start here with a Joltik. We're going to see what we've got going. Dion has a pretty good looking hand. He's definitely looking to try. If he's playing with Gallade, he's definitely looking to try to get the turn 1 Gallade. He does not currently have the ability to, and he's looking like he's going to have to dig pretty deep for that. So I feel like he's going to not get a turn 1. He did get the battle compressor at least, so he's going to be able to play it. We'll see what he's going to go ahead and discard with that. Alright, we see Dion's going to do a quick deck search here. He's going to try to see what he has prized. Looks like we're going to see he's going to get rid of an Ace Trainer, a Gallade, and a Maxie's here. So he's looking to get that Gallade out. So we're going to just assume that Dion's going to be playing here. Pretty standard Yveltal Gallade deck. He's going to attach a Dark and a Muscle Band. Too bad he can't attack on first turn, man. We'd see him knocking out that little Joltik. Dion went ahead and played the Professor Sycamore. He's got a lot of stuff he's still going to be playing. He's going to play a Trainer's Mail. His hand actually looked a little bit rough. He has a Shaman in there, but he has a lot of energy in Pokemon. He has a decent amount of stuff that he needs to be able to get rid of. But he didn't have a supporter, so he did get a Ultra Ball here. He's going to be able to Ultra Ball away some things. Thinning out his hand a little bit, so he'll be able to play that Shaman. So he's going to go in and get a Zorua. He's again checking, make sure what he's got in his deck and what is in his prizes. I see he has at least 3 double colorless in his deck. So I'm not too sure if I see one in his hand or not. So we're going to say he has got a double colorless prize, which is going to be very interesting here. Dion's real nice to fan out his deck for us. What a great bud. Plays to the camera. Alright, we see he's going to play that Zero on the bench. He's going to play another Yveltal. He's going to go ahead and set up for 4. He's going to get another Zorua. The male Zorua. It's got a little bit of a mixture in it of which one he wants to play. He actually might also not be playing in the Yveltal EX, or maybe a one of. So we see him go ahead and pass his turn. Andrew's going to start with a Battle Compressor here. The standard Night March #1 card in there. He's going to go ahead and looks like he's going to just discard. Got 2 Lampins. He's doing a quick deck search. He's not showing us his deck though. He's like, and a Joltik. He's going to go ahead and offer the cut. And we see he's got Trainer's Mails. He had a DC in his hand, so he is looking to take. He's going to have at least 6 Night Marchers in his discard pile here. So he is definitely taking a knockout on his first turn. So get rid of the Zerosic. He actually, even if he has 6, it's more than enough, so he doesn't even need all of those. It looks, Skyla maybe? A full art card of Skyla? Hopefully we'll be able to see it when he... Nope, teammates. It's a teammates. Okay. We see him go ahead and play that stadium. Attach that Fighting Fury belt, and he's going to go ahead and Sycamore. He has plenty of Night Marches in there now. I believe to be 5. So he is doing a lot of damage. Actually, he's going to go to catcher. He's going to start off here. Oh, I die. Bye. Oh, okay. We got a heads. He's going to choose to pull up the Shaman. Going to go ahead and play Joltik on the bench. And he's going to take that Shaman knockout before Dion gets a chance to pick it back up. And Andrew is definitely going to look to target whistle that back on to the bench and take another 2 free prize cards with it. So Dion is in a really tough situation right here. He's looking to... He's not going to be able to just Oblivion Wing for the knockout, which is what makes Fighting Fury Belt so great for those Joltiks in Night March. We see Dion's going to check to see what Andrew's got in his discard pile. We see him go ahead and evolve that Zorua into a Zoroark. He's got, I see a Dark Energy in his hand. He's going to start off here with a Trainer's Mail. Not too sure what else he has in his hand. We see a Hex Maniac there. He's trying to decide here what he wants. I can't see his hand and what he's got going on there, but he's choosing the target whistle. He's going to go ahead and take the target whistle. You see he's going to shuffle up. He might not necessarily play it right now. He might choose to. At this point, he definitely wants to be able to get a knockout on the active Joltik. So I'm not sure if Dion plays a Starling Megaphone, but he definitely wants to be able to Oblivion Wing for this knockout. And his hand is... He's going to go ahead and target Whistle. He's going to choose another Joltik. Dion's going to VS Seeker for the Ace Trainer. Both players are going to shuffle their hands into the deck, and Dion, because he is behind in prize cards, he is going to take 6, while Andrew is only going to get 3. So we'll see what Dion gets from his 6 cards here. He is really looking forward to He wants to hit the DCE right now. If he can hit that DCE, he can stand in and get the knockout. Oh, baby. He got the DC, so he's going to be able to stand in and get the knockout on the Joltik, which is exactly what he wants to see. He knows Andrew's down to 3 cards. He is just hoping that Andrew's 3 cards are not going to be able to keep him in the game here, and this is really great. He's going to go ahead and take that knockout. Perfect. See, Andrew at least has an Ultra Ball, it looks like, so he's going to be able to get a Shaman. And he has the DC, so he's got plenty of options here. He's just going to go ahead and Ultra Ball. An Ultra Ball and a Lysander. He's going to go ahead and get that Shaman and set up for 6. I believe Andrew may have, he's going to have 5 Night Marchers in there, so he's going to be able to do 100 damage so far, which is plenty to knock out the active Zoroark. He's going to be able to start with a town map. He's going to go ahead and Trader's Mail. So Andrew was able to get out of what could have been a really tight pinch for him had he not had a way to draw cards, which in a 9-March deck, it's very hard to put a player in a position where they draw into a bad hand. Normally, any of the cards that they have are going to get them to a point to be able to continue going through their deck. So we see Andrew he was what I believe was Trainer's Mailing. And so he chose to take the Puzzle of Time. So he's going to play both Puzzle of Time to get to choose 2 cards out of his discard pile of his choice. He chose to take the Teammates and the Pokemon Catcher. He's going to go ahead and play the Teammates and get to pick out 2 cards of his choice. This is huge. That was a huge play right there for him. We see he turned a 3-card hand into any cards of his choice. That is amazing. He's going to go ahead and get the target whistle, pull out the Shaman. We're going to have him, he's going to play the catcher. And he got the tails in the catcher. He did take a second catcher with his teammates to be able to try to get that Shaman again. Oh, he unfortunately got both tails. It's just part of luck of the draw with that. Because he was definitely looking to get that Shaman. So now he's in a position that he will have enough damage to take the knockout on the Zoroark, but that is going to leave him in the position that if Dion has another double colorless, he is going to be able to Sky Return for the knockout. So he is going to go ahead and Night March. Dion is going to send out that Shaman. He probably already has the double colorless. He does. So Dion's still in a really tough spot. He's behind in prize cards. Andrew is just chugging along, taking those knockouts. Benefit right now is Dion is going to be able to put Andrew in a position where he is going to have 3 cards in his hand with playing that Ace Trainer again. And you're going to see Dion is going to get 6 again while getting the Shaman and the double colorless back in his hand while taking the knockout on the Joltik. So he is putting himself in a really good position. Both players are playing extremely well. They're both getting exactly what they need and what they want to see. We're going to see here Andrew has a Shaman in his hand, so he's still going to be going. The only issue that Andrew does not want to put more Shaman on his bench for Dion to be able to knock out. Andrew does not want to have to fill up his bench, so we will see what the turns here. We see Dion is going to attach a Floatstone to the bench. Sarua, he's looking to be able to, he wants to stand in. Not sure how many Zorak he has left. And we do see the Sky return for the knockout. So we see Dion's going to promote his Yveltal, and Andrew is going to go ahead and promote that other Joltik. He's got a battle compressor. He's trying to decide. Let's see here. His two. Oh, he's going to have 6 Night Marchers in the discard pile here. He's going to look to get rid of some cards. He wants to have some. He wants to draw. He needs to draw into a good amount of stuff here with this Shaman that he's going to play. He needs to get a DC. He needs to continue to take prize cards. Andrew is putting himself in a position if he puts a second Shaman on the bench, Dion will be able to take his 4 prize cards that he needs with that second Shaman on the bench. Dion just needs to be able to draw into the Zorak, so Andrew needs to make sure that he manipulates his bench enough to not get knocked out here. And it looks he didn't get the DC off the Shaman. I'm not sure if he has the Ultra Ball in his hand. He also has a Sycamore, but he has one of his puzzle of times. He doesn't want to get rid of that. He wants to hold on to those. He's going to go for a 3rd Shaman. At this point, he's already has 2 on the field. However, he's putting himself in a really dangerous position, putting more bench Pokemon down. He's going to go ahead and set up. He got a good amount of stuff. He got a Startling. Oh, it was actually a Trainer's Mail. It looked like a Startling Megaphone. Alright, he did get the VS Seeker that he was looking for. He wants to be able to VS Seeker. He's going to go ahead and did get a Starling Megaphone. He had gotten both. So he did go ahead and play that Starling Megaphone. He VS Seekered. He has the VS Seeker still to play, so he wants to hold on to the puzzle time. So I believe he's going to go ahead and teammates here again. Yeah, he's going to show us the teammates. He's going to get to go in and pick 2 cards of his choice. He's at a pretty good position. He has, it looks like, 2 VS Seekers left in his deck. So he has a lot of options here. This is going to be a very, very close game 1. We see Andrew's going to go ahead and take those 2 cards. You got a double colorless here. He needs to have the double colorless to take the knockout. And it looked like he had gotten another VS Seeker. So Andrew's going to go ahead and take the knockout. DM's going to start his turn. He's going to draw a card. He's going to go ahead and double check all of the cards in Andrew's discard pile. He wants to see what resources he's used so far. Dion's at a pretty tough spot here. Dion has to not play an EX on his bench and Lysander for a knockout onto the Shaman EX on the bench. So he's definitely looking to see what possible plays Andrew will have. Yeah, Dion does have the double colorless that he needs. He needs to also get back into Starling Megaphone was huge for Andrew. Dion needs just kidding. Andrew played another Pumpkaboo down, so Dion doesn't actually need the muscle band to be able to knock out the Shamans anymore. He was in a position without the Pumpkaboo to be able to just do only 100 damage, which would not have knocked out the Shaman, but Dion actually has no way to be able to get the Shaman up. So you see here, Dion is going to be put at odd prizes, which means he is not going to be able to take 2 Shamans in a row which is really going to hurt him, as for as long as Andrew draws into Andrew has a lot of resources left. He had at least 2 VS Seekers, it looked like, was in his deck, so the odds of him drawing into something that he's able to continue play should be fairly simple. We see Andrew's not going to let us see the hand. He's going to let us make us wait for it. Dion's double checking here. Dion also is going to have the chance here to Oblivion Wing for the knockout and continue to accelerate his bench Pokemon. So Dion is still in a good position here too. Dion's going to be down to 3 prize cards. Andrew will be down to 1. Dion, I don't believe, is going to be able to stop Andrew from being able to take that last prize card when Dion still will have at least 1 prize card, depending on if he knocks a Shaman out next turn. So this is going to be a very close game. It all depends on what Andrew drew off of that Ace Trainer. We see Dion going in for a Battle Compressor. He's going to get rid of another Battle Compressor, Hex Maniac, and it looks like it's a Giovanni. We're going to see him go ahead and he's going to Trainer's Mail. He wants to continue to flow through his deck. He wants to be able to give himself good consistency of drawing the cards he needs. We see him have an Ultra Ball there. Looks like he also has a Shaman in hand. He's not going to want to play that Shaman until Andrew takes himself to 1 prize card. But even then, it's going to be a close call. Andrew's still keeping his hand secretive. I still just feel like Andrew is more than likely going to be able to draw himself to the cards he needs. I mean, with those VS Seekers, Trainer's Mails, you know, he probably doesn't have any more Shaman left, but he at least had 1 Sycamore. I know that he had discarded 2 off an Ultra Ball early on, so. Dion's going to go ahead and Ultra Ball. He's going to go in for... He's contemplating whether he wants to play that Ultra Ball. One thing that's really going to hurt here, he's going to go ahead and get rid of that Shaman. It's questionable whether or not he's going to get that Shaman target whistled onto the bench. Oh, we see Andrew does have the VS Seeker. So, with that VS Seeker, he can teammates. Depends on if Andrew has the double colorless in hand. If he has the double colorless in hand, he will be able to teammates for both Puzzle of Time for the DCE and the target whistle. He's going to have a turn, though, before he can get that Shaman active. So we see Dion's going to go ahead and he's got a Trainer's Mail. Andrew definitely has the resources here. We're just going to start with the VS Seeker for the teammates. Two, 3, 4, 5. He's got 7 Night Marchers in there, which is enough to do 140, which is enough to knock out anything on Dion's field. He's going to take 2 cards, which are 2 Puzzle of Time. He's going to go ahead and just flip them over. We see he's going to actually take the DCE. I'm not sure how many DCE he has, but he's going to take 2 DCE to be able to have a DCE to attack next turn. We see he's going to go ahead and attach the DCE to the active Pumpkaboo. And go ahead and Night March for the knockout. Dion is now at a position where Dion has to knock out the active Pumpkaboo. And Dion has to shuffle Andrew's hand again. And hope that he doesn't run into those, but it's very hard right now. Andrew has very good odds to be able to get everything that he needs. We see Dion does have a Judge's hand, and he also has a Shaman, so he's going to be able to Shaman here. But this is really tough because now we're looking at Andrew is more than likely going to take this game, and there are only 24 and a half minutes left. So Dion went ahead and go ahead and scoop that game. Andrew definitely had that game. It was very favorable for him. Just simply the fact that Andrew was able to get the 2 cards of his choice with that teammates. Dion was really hoping for a Ace Trainer into something that was going to make Andrew have to waste a turn, but Night March decks are just so quick. So we'll be back with the second game in a moment. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here in the game 2. We see, looks like Dion, as the non-winner of the first game, chose to go first. He's going to start off with a Trainer's Mail. He's looking to see what cards he wants to choose out of those 4. Looking to take a judge. He's going to go ahead and show the judge, set it down. Continue on. You see, Dion had looked like 3 Shaman EX in his hand. He's going to be drawing for a while. I also think Dion wants to definitely see he wants to see the Gallade. The Gallade is definitely going to be something he wants to be able to get out. And he wants to be able to get it out early, so. See, he's going to go ahead and play the Stadium. He's going to go ahead and set up only for 2. He's got an Ultra Ball, so he's going to be able to get more stuff going for him. He's going to discard the Maxis and the Giovanni. I'm not sure what the other card in his hand, the other trainer is. But he's going to go ahead and Ultra Ball there. Alright, we see Dion going ahead and take a Yveltal, and he's going to go ahead and judge. He got that judge off of that trainer's mail. He's going to go ahead and play that first turn judge. This is the point where Dion disrupting Andrew's hand is definitely going to be in his favor. Andrew has his whole deck left, so the odds of him drawing into exactly what he needs are a little bit more challenging. You could see Andrew possibly drawing into bad hands at this point. He's going to also get one more card than he would have with that ace trainer, but see Dion going ahead and retreating, sending out the Yveltal, and he's going to go ahead and pass his turn. We see Andrew going ahead and start by sending out a pumpkin and a double battle compressor. So depending on what the last card is in his hand, we'll see where he's going to go from there. We see Andrew go ahead and get rid of 3 Lampent, a Joltik, a Lysander, and a Hex Maniac. We also did see that Andrew has a Shaman EX in his hand, so he's going to be able to just draw right back up. Oh, and the Sycamore. He's going to go ahead and just actually Sycamore that Shaman. He doesn't want to have to play it on his bench. He does not want to give 2 prize cards to Dion. He wants to make Dion work for his prize cards and only take 1 at a time. We see Andrew plays the Pokemon catcher and gets the heads to bring out Dion's Shaman EX with the DCE. He already has 4 Night Marchers in the discard pile. Not too sure if he had one. He might have already attached it, but he probably has ways to draw into it. Still, we'll see here. He's going to go ahead and Battle Compressor first. We see he's going to go ahead and get rid of a Dark Energy. He wants to be able to Oblivion Wing. So he's still in it right there. So Dion's going to be able to get a knockout with the Yveltal with an Oblivion Wing here, as long as Dion has an energy, and I'm not too sure if he had one. He might have already attached it, but he probably has ways to draw into it. Still, we'll see here. He's going to go ahead and Battle Compressor first. We see he's going to go ahead and get rid of a Dark Energy. He wants to be able to Oblivion Wing that energy back onto his field. Dion needs that energy acceleration to continue. One good Zerosic from Andrew and could put Dion at a really tough spot. Dion is already at a tough spot here, though. He is going to have to play faster at this point. There's 15 and a half left of this round, and Dion has to win through this game. He has to take all 6 of his prize cards in order to even just tie. If he wants to get through a game 3, he has really got to get moving. We see him going to go ahead and play the Dredogen onto his bench. He's going to prove tree. He must not have. Oh, he doesn't have a way. He must not have a way to. He's going to target whistle a shaman on the bench. He must not have a way to attach the energy. That is so unfortunate for Dion. He's going to just have to pass. And you never want to see a turn of pass. See Andrew go ahead and play the town map. Andrew has a shaman in his hand and a VS Seeker and a Trainer's Mail, so Andrew is going to continue to be going. I believe that Dion's active Dredogen has 100 hit points. I'm not 100% sure on that 100, but we see Andrew has 4, so he's at least doing 80 damage. And with a shaman and a VS Seeker, he is going to draw through a good amount of cards here. So he is most definitely going to be able to get another Battle Compressor, I feel like, and discard more cards. If not, he'll be able to Ultra Ball some away. So we do see that Dredogen has 110, so that's going to be a nice odd number. So, but Andrew actually only has to put 2 more Night Marchers in discard pile, or 1 and a Fighting Fury Bell. But we see that Andrew's going to opt it to just Lysander up the Yveltal and take that knockout. We see Dion go ahead and attach a Dark Energy to his bench Yveltal. Sycamore, discarding another Sycamore. But he is, Dion, this is not looking good for Dion. He is down 3 prize cards. It's just not looking good for him. He does have a DC in his hand if he wants to be able to use the Revenge knockout, but oh, he did attach the Yveltal, so he's not actually going to be able to do that, so this is just not looking good for him. I don't even if Dion hit cards of his choice, Dion is at a point where he is really going to struggle to come back from this. He has to hope that Dion can manipulate Andrew's hand to where it is bad, where Andrew has to just simply pass multiple turns in order to be able to come back in this game. Dion has to be able to take a knockout this turn at least. Dion would love to see a Shaman knockout, but he has already played a supporter, so he's in it for the long game here. He's gonna go ahead and Battle Compressor, getting rid of the Gallade and a Zorak Break. He's trying to decide on, he's just gonna go ahead and he's considering only just doing 2. He must be he's double checking what he's gonna have in his hand. Or he's only gonna get 2 and he's gonna Ultra Ball here. He's gonna choose to only get rid of 2. He's gonna Ultra Ball, discarding in a Dark and a Sycamore. So you're gonna go ahead and probably get another Zorua or a Yveltal. He's gonna get the Fright Knight Yveltal. He's going to look to swap and put 60 damage on to the 2 Shamans, but I just don't know. He's pretty far behind at this point for that. See, Andrew also have a teammates in his hand, so he's gonna again be able to choose 2 cards from his deck, and that is just gonna keep him coming in to be able to continue taking these prize card knockouts. He's trying to decide here what he wants to do. He's got breathing room. He has game 1 under the belt. So he has the room to make harder decisions, double check his math. Dion is not in that position. Dion needs to make quick plays, quick turns, and keep him moving. See, Andrew's looking at Ultra Ball here. He's gonna discard a Teammates and a Hex Maniac. He's gonna go in and choose to get another Shaman. So Andrew opted into Shamaning over just teammatesing for 2 cards that he wanted. So Andrew must definitely need more than 2 cards to choose to go for that Shaman right now. Andrew has only 1 DC in his discard pile, and so that means he has 3 left in his deck. Let's see, he's going to go ahead and attach the Fighting Fury Belt. He must be looking into... He wants to draw... He's got the target whistle there. Andrew's considering he wants to be able to take knockouts, and he also got the DC. So he doesn't have the stadium. So he's going to go ahead and target whistle back on a Shaman onto Dion's bench. He doesn't have that stadium right now, though, so he's going to look to VS Seeker for the teammates. He's not going to be able to Lysander this turn. He's going to go in and get the stadium and probably another VS Seeker or the Pokemon. He has the Pokemon Catcher ability too, but he only has 5 Night Marchers in the discard pile. I believe he's still a 5, maybe 6, including the one that was knocked out last turn. So he's only doing 120 damage. Choosing to hops into showing and then flips him back over. He's going to go ahead and take the Battle Compressor. He's going to be playing the Battle Compressor and go right back in. He's going to get rid of as many Night Marchers as they can. He's going to get rid of 2 Pumpkaboos here. He has 1 Joltik left. He might consider keeping it in there just simply because he has the ability to take a lot of easy knockouts with that Joltik. So if he is able to teammates again next turn. He's going to go ahead and he's going to play the stadium. Attach that DCE. Go ahead and take that knockout. He's contemplating on what prize cards he wants to take. He's going to go ahead and just take the VS Seeker. See Dion. He's going to promote the Druddigen. He's going to go ahead and check. Andrew's discard pile. We see 2, 3, 4, 5. So Dion went way too fast at the end. So he's probably still has 7 Night Marchers. 2. Looks like 4 at the end. So does he have 8? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he does have 7, so that's good to know. So he's doing 140 damage. He's going to go ahead and attach the double colorless to the Fright Night Eviltal. Attach a Muscle Band to the active Druddigen. Dion's only going to be able to hit for 60 on 1 bench Shaman. And Andrew is set to continue to take his prize cards very well. It's only 5 minutes and 40 seconds about left in this match. We see that Dion is probably going to ace trainer here. Dion's not in an awful position. I feel like if time weren't a factor right here, depending on what Andrew drew, Dion could have came back in this game here. But Andrew also is in a position where he can play safe, as he is one game ahead, Dion. We see Dion go ahead and use stand-in. He's going to go ahead and take that knockout on the Pumpkaboom, put 60 on one of the bench Shaman. We see Andrew's going to promote that Pumpkaboom. He's going to start with a trainer's mail, which means he's going to more than likely get into a trainer that he's going to need to be able to continue to Night March. It's just looking really rough for Dion here. He's going to go ahead and take an Ultra Ball. He's going to be going back in to play the Ultra Ball. He's going to discard an Escape Rope, and looks like it's going to be a Zerosic there. He's going to go ahead and take that Joltik. So we know that that is the last Night Marcher in his deck. I'm not too sure if he's playing the Buddy Buddy Rescue, but he doesn't actually need any more Night Marchers. And we still have yet to see him play a Puzzle of Time, so we have... Andrew has so many options at this point. He's just looking for that DCE. He's going to go ahead and play the Pokemon Catcher. Got a Tails on the Pokemon Catcher. You see, he does have the 2 Puzzle of Time in his hand. He just shifted them over to the front of his hand. He's going to go ahead and play the 2 Puzzle of Time, getting the double colorless energy back. Maybe he didn't move them over. It looked like he had. He's going to go ahead and get rid of the 2 tools with the Starling Megaphone. He does have the 2 Puzzle of Time. He actually... He has a lot of options here. He's going to probably take 2 DCE. He might even, at this point, he's going to take the DC and the catcher. He's trying to win this turn. He wants to take the knockout on the Shaman EX. We see the coin flip. Oh, another Tails. He's going to have to earn that knockout next turn. He's going to go ahead and take the knockout with Night March. I believe he has enough Night Marchers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's doing 160 damage there, which is just enough. So Dion, he's going to go ahead and promote the Dredagen. This is not looking good for him, and I think that both players know that this game looks to be over. Andrew just got an insane lead this game. Getting the turn 1 knockout on Dion's Shaman EX was huge. Putting Dion in a position where he had to be able to try to come back from that. So Dion's going to go ahead and do a quick discard surge of Andrew. Both players look to be at least having a good time, and that's what's most important about this. Dion's going to go ahead and attach the Floatstone. One thing Dion does have going for him, Andrew might not have the DC in his hand. I am not too sure. Dion's going to go ahead and attach the Muscle Band to the Dredagen. The active Dredagen. You see, looks like Dion is Ultra Balling, going to get a Veltal. We see that time is called, so they are in turn 0, which is Dion's turn. So this is also just the time being called in Dion's turn. It's going to also put Andrew in turn favor. It's just, this game is not looking good for Dion for sure. Unfortunately, he just, even if time wasn't called, he was not looking like he was going to be able to come back at this game. Bless you. We see Dion's still trying to make decisions. He's still going to try to play this out. He wants to at least see if Andrew is able to take that last prize card. He's going to make Andrew earn this prize card. Dion's going to go ahead and Shaman. Set up for what it looked like to be 5. Dion also wants to get the energy. He wants to get the knockout this turn as well. Dion does have the double colorless in his hand. I am able to see that, so he is going to take the revenge knockout here if he chooses to take it with the Dredagen. He's going to choose to go ahead for the revenge knockout here. Dion is going to VS Seeker. He's going to play that Ace Trainer. He's going to go ahead and take 6, and Andrew's going to go ahead and get 3. Alright, we see Andrew at least has one puzzle at a time in his hand. It looks like I've just seen the DC as well, so we're going to see him go ahead and promote. he had the DC in his hand anyway, so it didn't matter. See Andrew Mahone take the second game. Andrew is going to be 3-0-0, and Dion is going to be 2-1-0. Both players played a really tough game. Both players played the best of their abilities here. There was a lot of really great gameplay, so best of luck to both of them. We will be back with round 3. We're going to be taking a lunch break, so it's going to be back at 2:15 p.m.